Well, humans, this is Random Wizard and welcome to the Random Channel. Today we're going to be playing Medieval Fantasy Rogue's Choice Chapter 16. More dragons, not more dragons. It seems like there's going to be a whole lot more dragons. I'm guessing Drala is not going to be very happy that I took my object back. And we're going to see what Kriya is going to do about it. And let's see if we can survive this. Probably will, technically, considering that there is a chapter 17. So it would be weird if it didn't survive this. But regardless. Also, since we are in her hands, if we die right now, where would we go exactly? I'm hoping if we die right now, considering Egra is with us now, a rooster is gonna go to Oher, right? Hopefully that's the case, otherwise he is boned, honestly. Also, just before we start, I just wanted to say this, that I am currently playing Doki Doki Literature Club. It must have been uploaded before this, I'm guessing. So I was thinking of just playing the entire game, all the multiple runs that I'm gonna be doing of the game for the multiple endings. Then I was like, you know, maybe I should like gap these out, because considering people do watch these medieval fantasy videos, I don't know how many people would like to watch you know, Doki Doki Literature Club plus, but just in case, I'm just going to space these out. Once this chapter 16 is over, I'm going to go back to Doki Doki Literature Club at the second run, and then I'm going to switch back to this, and that's how it's going to go. Anyway, last time I don't remember quite as much because it's been a while since I've recorded chapter 15, so let's just read it. I do remember that we got the what was it called? The amulet? Yeah, we got the yeah, I do remember stuff. We talked to a dragon, got the amulet, and yeah, all that shit, all that good jazz. Anyhow, it is by Sam Landstrom, as usual. Recap: you have snuck into a powerful witch's tower, Drala the All-Seeing, we all know her, and recovered the amulet possessed by Egra the Godling. You hope Egra can aid you in escaping Thog from a fate worse than death and give you the power you need to save his sister. Also, you have been told that Kriya is the daughter of Drala, which was much too much of a shocker, really. I'm not quite happy about that, but because we won't be able to kill her anytime soon, but it is what it is. What can we do? Let's move on. By the way, Newcomb underscore Andy commented on a few of my previous videos, and he mentioned that the one I skipped, the Demon's Choice, because, you know, the main character is female, so, you know, it's kind of difficult to vibe with a female character as much. So I usually don't play games where there's a female lead with a lot of talking. Like I can play like Oblivion or something with female lead. That doesn't really matter. But when there is, you know, whole story thing, it's kind of difficult to play with a female lead. So he mentioned that the Azazel in Demon's Choice is actually the Azazel, as I speculated. The Azazel from Wizard's Choice. So that's continuing, and apparently Demon Choice at some point overlaps with this one, Rogue's Choice. So he knew some of the things that we don't know just yet in Rogue's Choice. Good thing he didn't give me too many spoilers. I did get a little spoiled, but nothing too difficult. But regardless, I think that adds to like how they're like overlapping the stories. That's pretty cool that they did that. But we didn't play it, and I'm definitely not playing that. But he did, and he told me this and that, and which is pretty cool. So it is technically Azazel. After our boy Anuxius in the first game with this choice killed Nerul, the death of Kiss, if you understand the reference. Kiss, death of Kiss, kiss of death, deadly kiss, whatever. And Nerul died, after which Azazel must have escaped and then left for whatever else she wanted to do. But she seemed very powerful in the first game. Now she just seems like okay powerful, but not too powerful, but whatever. We also have some like lore dumps that he gave me, which I didn't know about succubuses. I do remember that in Wizard's Choice they do mention that succubuses aren't actually like, they don't look like the way they are. They're actually just taken on an image of what you wish for them to look like, so that's why they will always appear ideal to you. It may not, they may appear differently to different people considering their, like, you know, sexual preference and all that. And in actuality they're really like disgusting creatures, and one of the reasons why they hate mirrors. And I do remember there was this scene where we enter the pleasure of city in Visit's Choice, where they do discuss that, you know, they are actually horrifyingly disgusting to look at, the succubuses and incubuses. They just look like that because of magic and whatever. And what I didn't know about succubuses is that if you give them enough pleasure, apparently they turn back to their original form, which was a very weird detail. But he told me that, you know, that is actually something that happens, which was something that maybe have happened in Demon's Choice. I don't really know, don't really care, not gonna play that. Moving on. Bet you get some distance, says Egra. I'm going to allow the wards to come back up. Swiftly you jog away from the multi-armed statue that you took the amulet from. As you near the far side of the room, the stone's eyes light up again. I should have snatched more while I had the chance, you think with a twinge of regret, as you consider the other treasure adorning the now warded statue. Am I not enough, says Egra. You decide you were probably right not to get greedy. If your duplicate holy symbol is convincing, hopefully Drala and anyone else will think nothing was taken, at least not until you're far from here. I knew you longed to be with me, says Egra in your mind, although I did not expect you to be quite so frantic for my company that you would burgle into Dralas Tower. That is exceptionally desperate. Don't flatter yourself. I need protection from Thog, you say. It's always about you, isn't it, my rooster, says Egra. Yes, most of the time, you say. I'm not an immortal like you, nor do I have a god for a father, or a father at all, that is left alive in this world. I have to watch out for myself. But most of all, you missed me, says Egra gleefully. I will admit that there is some excitement that goes with carrying you as a burden, you say. You take a deep breath and consider the Golem Chamber. You turn the passphrase over in your head. Forever stars. Be sure you say it exactly right, says Egra. Golems are as stupid as they're powerful. Before we go, I must understand why you betrayed me and let Kriya steal you away. Otherwise, you might make me say that wrong phrase to the golems and laugh as I'm ripped asunder. What an interesting idea, says Egra. Your thoughts have become darker since I first met you only days ago. Out of necessity, yes, you say. If I think you're going to betray me, I may as well toss you on the floor and be on my way. We both know that is an empty threat, says Egra. It was Kriya that stole you? You say. Yes, she did. Although her name is actually Sudre, says Egra, an intelligent and ambitious woman. I can see why you befriended her. Our friendship was a farce. She is a fucking bitch. And I fucking know that firsthand. Our friendship was a farce. She was coveting the amulet ever since she first saw it on me. You could have prevented her from taking you. You smote the succubus when she touched you, and you could have done the same for Kriya. Maybe I did. You were unconscious at the time, says Egra. Dreaming, actually. Remember our dream we shared? Did you smite her? Did you do anything to prevent herself from being stolen? No, of course I allowed her to take me from you. And from what I gather, it is well that I did get out of that city. You were making too much of a spectacle of yourself, having slain Thog's godling. You were about to have every priest in Ring City fawning over you. You know how I detest the attention of priests. That is true. That would have kind of gotten us fucked up. But I don't think they actually met that many priests after the event. I mean, pretty much last thing I remember is just being in a room and then just getting fucked over by Azazel. But other than that, not too much. Okay. You're the one who insisted I hunt down that abomination, but that aside, the question I have as I try to escape this place is, will you betray me again, you ask. I don't think that's quite the betrayal, you would say. I see no reason to do so at the moment. You're a man of adventure, also I'd rather like that you came for me. It is well that my movements are unpredictable, switching hands, always on the move, wonderful. That is not at all reassuring, you say. Her chuckle echoes through your mind. You want reassurance from a trickster goddess? I know you're smarter than that. What I will say is that if you keep a woman happy, she will not leave you. I suppose you've never stuck around one long enough to learn that lesson on your own. That is true, that is true. Is it the other way around as well? Like, keep a man happy and he will not leave you? I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. You enter the Golem Chamber, give the passphrase, and thankfully, Kriya does not sabotage this in order to watch you get ripped limb from limb. As you emerge out of the Golem Chamber, there is no sign of the strange brass dragon. The hall is silent except for the screams and guttural language filtering in through a nearby window. You creep up and peek out. The imps are out in force, wheeling in the air, chasing each other, and otherwise expending a great deal of energy for no practical purpose that you can see. I can't go out there, you whisper to yourself. Perhaps you could retrace your steps and use the pipes to climb down. With luck you won't get spotted. Why can't you make me invisible, you ask Egra. That seems like a very trickster sort of power. Of course I can, says Egra. What? You exclaim out loud. Your words echoes off cavernous walls. Gods, why did I not say so earlier? Why did you not say so earlier? Yeah, of course, you never asked. The fucking... I hate that whenever someone says that. Well, I'm asking now, does it take power? Everything takes power, asks Egra. And I don't use low-grade invisibility, but the sword that allows you to remain uncloaked even when fighting your enemy. Fucking hell. I'm quite certain that this would have been useful earlier, you say. Many creatures, you see... Am I going to tell her about the succubuses and everything? That all the adventures I had without her? I'm quite certain that this would have been useful. Useful earlier, you say. Though I was just thinking just now, maybe Rooster is right to question her like betrayal and whatever, because he did slay, because she did call him a champion, her champion. So of course now she's saying that she's okay with changing hands and shit, and like going unpredictable ways. That's kind of fucked up. That she knows no, loyalty or whatever, and she's just going about. So don't call a Rooster your champion if you can't even like stick to him and whatever. I'm sure Kriya would have still taken you, so I'm not that mad that you didn't try to like fight her or whatever. She probably would have been more interested if that were to be case, and in that situation, our boy could have been harmed. But other than that, yeah, I'm with Rooster on this one, that Egra is being a little suspect, honestly. Let's see. I'm quite certain that this would have been useful earlier, you say. Many creatures can see you when you're invisible, and it is known that many of the gods can see you even better when you're invisible. For such attempts at concealment only draws their attention. I think I've made it clear by now, dear champion, that I have no desire for the attention of gods. Oh, I've noticed, you say. What now, champion? Asks Egra. We shall make haste to save my sister. You say, your sister does not require saving, says Egra. You don't know that. You told me that you can only sense what I can, you say. True, yet my father can see much, and I have already asked him about your sister. You see, I was considering her as my next champion, since I expect her to be like you, only better because she's female. Oh, come on, enough with the sexism. You best not be lying about this, not after I rescued you, say. Relax, champion. Have faith in your sister and her resourcefulness, says Egra. Is she like crafty like us as well? I'm relaxed about many things, but not about my sister's safety, you say. She has escaped the eyes of her watchers by use of the harbor, says Egra. She is an impressive swimmer and can hold her breath like a seal. That does add up. Your sister Tamara swam nearly every day, even in winter, usually in the harbor, since the Cove of the Windborn was kept relatively free of sea monsters. Of course, Egra may just be reading your memories and making up plausible lies. Where is she now, you ask? I don't know exactly, but my father assures that she is quite safe for the time being, says Egra. It is only a feeling, but you believe her. So what adventuring shall we go on now, says Egra. As you stare out the window, your instinct tells you not to leave yet. As a man of fortune, you always followed your instinct. You shrug. I'm going up the stairs to the top of the tower. Ooh, I like your answer. Why are you going up? Go down through the fucking window out. If fucking Kriya or fucking Drala shows up, it's not going to end well. I don't even know how strong Kriya is, to be honest with you, because I've mostly just seen her use like the flame fan spell, which is not even that high level of a spell, which I as a Wizard's Choice I have used that spell. It doesn't even kill that many. I mean, I guess goblins would be killed by that, but if our boy is a bit careful, he can seriously tank that. Even with 8 health, it probably wouldn't even drop that much. We could probably still tank that and take her out the next move. And other than that, we have only seen her use like mind control shit and like familiar magic and all that. Other than I don't think maybe she didn't show all of her abilities because she didn't want to grab the attention or whatever. But yeah, this might have been dangerous. She also did once use that like truth and like false type of spell, whatever. As you stare out the window, your instincts tell you not to leave. Yeah. Well, I like your answer. I could use some excitement. Yet, why, my champion, might you do that? That's a good question. What do you say? Because I'm unpredictable. I've climbed this far and like to see what's up there. Yeah, it's pretty much insatiable curiosity. Never mind where your queries go, your mind must always know. This is the sort of situation that I don't like to be pushed towards, because I remember in Wizard's Choice at the start, there's a secret gate we find, and the game's like, who doesn't go into secret gates? And we go in, and the whole story starts. But like, I personally, I would do that as well. Like a secret gate, hell yeah, let's go down there. That makes sense. So, I'm not that mad at that. But in this situation, it really makes no sense why he would, risk his life and limb, considering how dangerous this situation is getting. So I feel it's kind of forced for story purposes, but whatever.